from whatever was wrong yesterday. Food poisoning or something, I don't know. What's this? Hey, Monmouth, welcome. Yeah, I think I've mostly. Yeah, oh, are yours? Or you're talking about mine? Yeah, I mostly recovered. I don't know. It was not fun. Let's just say I'd be sitting there like I wasn't like on cue every 15 minutes or 20 minutes or something. But every, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that or whatever, I'd just be like, mm. And then I'd be fine for a bit and then I'd do it again. And I was just like, not like, because I couldn't tell if I was actually going to throw up or just settle down, right? So I was like, I don't want to be like sitting there on the stream trying to talk and all of a sudden projectile comes out of my mouth while I'm trying to talk unexpectedly or something. So I was like, we probably better not chance that. Fortunately, nothing ended up coming of it. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know what it was I ate. I don't think I really ate anything out of the ordinary, but who knows? These days especially, and it's bad. I know it's a bad habit, or bad, it's a habit too, but yeah, it's bad to do, I know, but I tend to do more eating, like ordering stuff and having it sent to me, like delivered, than I normally would, just because of COVID, right? Because I like to, as much as possible, until they have a vaccine or whatever, I'd like to try to stay isolated from other people. I never know. We've talked about this before, I think, right? So I might get seriously affected by it. Who knows, right? But like if I get it, but very often with other illnesses, with a cold, with the flu, um, I'm trying to think if there's been anything else. I had strep throat, and I did have serious symptoms from that when I had that. I'm trying to think of other. Anyway, so like with the cold and the flu, both, for instance, though, I often will get it and have very mild or even no symptoms. Like I might have spent an evening, hanging out with friends or something. We eat, we drink, and then we watch a movie or whatever, and then um one of them in that group maybe will have like the sniffles or something. And I don't think anything of it because maybe it's like allergy season or something. I don't know if they've got something, right? I later find out they have a cold. So either I didn't catch it, or if I'm sitting right next to them, probably I got it. But I don't have any symptoms. I don't have a fever. I don't have sniffles. I don't have a cough. None of that. So because that happens periodically with me, I never want to take a chance on being a carrier of COVID, not knowing it, and then going like, "Hey, Grandma, how are you doing?" And Grandma dies because I'm an idiot, right? So, and I'm not going and visiting my grandparents. Well, my grandparents actually are all dead now, but my parents are like in their 70s now. So, and I haven't visited them for over a year. I was gonna visit them this summer. Yeah, exactly. Self quarantine. I was gonna visit them this summer, but with COVID, I'm like, I don't. We started talking back in like April about when I was gonna come and visit, and I said, I don't want to give you guys COVID though. I mean, my mom has a bunch of comorbidities just because life has been kind of rough for her. She had uh inflammatory breast cancer about 6, 7 years ago, something like that. And inflammatory automatically is category 4, right? Which means basically we'll try to make you comfortable so that you don't die. Except they caught it right after she got it. Like literally, she had a stroke. So that's another thing. She has high blood pressure. So she had a stroke. So that she went to the doctor after the stroke for recovery. And they were like, something seems off. So they did some scanning. And they found her cancer. So it was really fortunate. You wouldn't say that normally, but it was, in this case, fortunate they found out about the stroke, right? Well, anyway, so she had her stroke, and then they found the cancer, but the cancer had barely started. So even though it was inflammatory, which normally is a death sentence, because they found it right as it started, they put her on really aggressive chemotherapy and then radiation afterward, and were able to take care of her. She's not relapsed or anything, because that's obviously been a godsend. But here's the problem. Side effects of the really aggressive chemo made her diabetic, made her have chronic acid reflux disease. Like, she can eat almost nothing and she gets acid reflux. Like, there are very few things that are mild enough where she doesn't get that, which means her diet's extremely limited. So that sucks, obviously. She's got nerve damage. She still has her high blood pressure. She still has, so it's not great. She has all these comorbidities. So if I get it, but I'm asymptomatic, I go up and visit them, I could kill my mom, right? So I'm like, until they got a vaccine, or I can arrange where I get tested like a day or something before I go visit you guys, and I am tested negative, so I don't have it, and then I drive my ass up there rather than take a plane or something, so there's no contact with other people who might have it, and then I visit you. If I could arrange all of that, then maybe I would be okay visiting you guys. But I don't want to go up there and then give you guys it, not knowing that I've got it, and then give you it, and then you die because of me. I would feel horrible about that, right? So that's not an okay thing for me. So I haven't seen him ever since it started because of that. Yeah, well, I mean, in fairness, because we're in the .com age, the rest of Australia is uber strict. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's true because it's Western Australia that's fine, right? The rest, there are cases in the rest in other parts of Australia. So yeah, I don't know. It's a little rough. It's a little difficult to make a call and know if it's the right call. It's the same thing with the government, like with lockdowns and stuff. Well, I think lockdowns are too extreme. That's just my opinion. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to pretend like I know what needs to be done. It just seems like they're going overboard, but I don't know for sure. So, anyway. Uh, what is this? There's something that just came out today. What is this? Oh. Okay, so this is the next, I guess, game in the series, in the Siberia series. Oh. Anyway, they've got all these ads when I go to Steam, right? Because we're approaching Halloween and everything. Yeah, I have to finish. I didn't finish that. I have to finish my Halloween announcement video and finalize my list. I've got about 3 weeks from today. Well, 3 weeks minus a day, because today's almost over, will be my Halloween stream. U.S. presenters, Alex Jones. Hey, Somni, welcome. There, they made the freaking frogs gay. Yeah, Alex Jones. He's okay. I mean, the thing is, Alex Jones is like, a lot of people mock him, and I do too, but a lot of people mock him and act like he's completely off the deep end. He very often gives a miss, right? But sometimes he's actually right or says something smart. I don't watch him, I don't subscribe to him or anything, but if I see a clip, sometimes I'll watch. If somebody sends me a clip, or if I see like on YouTube or something, some clip about it or something, I don't know, 95 might be a little high, although I don't know, that might be accurate sometimes. I wonder. If I see a clip, I might watch it, and then obviously I have, kind of a bit of skepticism when I watch it. But sometimes some of the stuff he says actually could make sense. I mean, I'm not thinking of anything specific. I just am thinking I have seen some stuff he's done before and been like, oh, I mean, it's a good point. Not much of his, but some of his stuff. So I don't know. 7 military vehicles. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, he talks about, like, he says also stuff like he's like the mouthpiece of God and stuff like that. And I believe in a certain degree of personal responsibility. Like, don't just be an idiot. I don't think even God can save you from being a complete moron. If you do stupid things, you're going to get stupid consequences. I think it's just the way the universe works. Whether you believe in God or not, I do, but I'm just saying whether you believe in Him or not. I think the universe works where if you do stupid things, you get stupid consequences, right? So even God can't save you from complete idiocy. So he talks about being like the mouthpiece for God and stuff, but then he relies very heavily on like his own means trying to protect himself. And that's where I'm a little bit like, but shouldn't God like protect you to a certain degree? I'm not saying, like, again, don't be an idiot. Don't go like, there are guys with machine guns outside. Let me go out and like see if they shoot at me and see if I survive. You're not a freaking superhero or something. But I'm just saying, you know, I think he goes a little bit overboard. It seems like he doesn't, for somebody who believes in God as much as he says he does, he doesn't seem to really rely on God as much, so much as himself, right? So I don't know. I kind of feel like if you're going to believe in God, you should believe in God, not just kind of believe in God, right? But needs a tank to drive to work. Yeah, exactly. He's got that vein in his forehead always bulging, yeah. Or I guess for him it's like in his neck or something, right? Yeah. Anyway, that's funny. All right, let's switch this. 50% faith in God. Honestly, I feel like there's a scripture in the New Testament. I think it's in James, I can't remember for sure, that says basically we are saved by faith after all that we can do, or something like that. No, no, no. No, it says faith without works is dead. That's what it is. Faith without works is dead. So, and works would be like your actions, right? So you have to have faith, but you also are supposed to live a good life, right? That'd be like saying, well, I'm a born again Christian, so Jesus has saved me, so now I can go out and murder 12 people and I'm still saved. What kind of logic is that? That doesn't make any sense to me, right? I'm definitely not saying that we work our way to heaven like we're the ones that earn the way to heaven. I don't think that's right either, right? I'm just saying, I think it's a partnership with God, right? God and Jesus, like, they do their part, and then we do our part to try to be good people, right? I think it's kind of a balance. It's a anyway. I mean, what's the point of like Jesus when he was on the earth saying, "Follow me"? Then what's the point of following him if you're saved? If you're automatically saved, there's no point in following him, right? That's just my perspective. Again, opinion. Everybody can have different opinions. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying other people are wrong. I'm just saying that's the way I look at it. So it seems a little, Alex Jones seems like one of those people, like, he claims to rely heavily on God, but then he does a lot of stuff himself, like he's relying on himself. I think it's a balance. I don't know. As far as characters in the book, not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, well, and that's the thing. It's like everybody has to decide for themselves. That's why I don't judge. Right? I don't say like so I believe personally that I should be allowed to believe in God and worship and everything how I want, obviously provided certain things, like I don't hurt other people in doing, in obeying God, and I don't trample on other people's rights, right? Obviously, those are givens, I think, for me. Anyway, so I believe I should be allowed to worship God however I want, so long as I'm not doing harm to other people or restricting their freedom, right? But I also believe I extend that same right to other people. So other people have the right to believe what they want to believe, as long as they're not, and act how they want to act, so long as they're not hurting other people or trampling on people's rights, right? So I may not agree with somebody else's belief, but I respect that they have the right to believe how they do, and I respect them as a person, as a human. So I'm okay with people disagreeing with me or not. I don't have a problem with that. I'm merely expressing my opinion here just so that you have an understanding of what I personally believe. Not that you asked for it. It's kind of an unsolicited opinion, so sorry about that part. But okay, let me switch the input here over to this, and then let's go ahead and start the game. Now, I'm remembering now, apparently with this game, it starts up, but it won't initially show on the screen. Unless it behaves differently today. Oh, it did today. Because in the past, I've had to go into this, then go over to another window, then go back to this, or it wouldn't display. But it looks like we're okay today, so never mind. Hey, Silhouette, welcome. My biggest thing, and this doesn't have to do with religion at all, my biggest thing overall, just as a life rule, respect other humans and life. So, like, don't, be cruel to animals and stuff, right? Obviously, don't unnecessarily burn down forests and stuff, right? Obviously, so respect life in general, but especially as applies to other people. And that doesn't just mean respect that they should be alive. Respect them for who and what they are, okay? And then try to live in a way where you allow them to have rights to live how they want to live, and they allow you to have rights to live how you want to live, right? Just be good people in general is kind of a summary. It's not specific enough for all the, cases that might come up, but that's my general perspective. Just be good people, right? So, anyway, that's my general life rule. America got it to work at all. Well, remember we ended up having to do certain, I don't know what you want to say. We had to do it a certain way to get it to show up, but it's fine. I mean, 99% of games show up just fine, but you might have to modify the process of telling your computer to show the game in the stream. But well, thanks. But that, I mean, honestly, I feel like the whole thing with, like homosexuals, where they had their whole struggle the last part of the 2000s, I guess, early 2010s, with gay marriage and all that. Well, I personally don't believe. We've talked about that before. My perspective on marriage at all marriage, gay or straight, doesn't matter. All marriage, in my view, should be handled by an organization, not by the government. So traditionally it was handled by religions, but if you want to have like some church that's like the Church of Gay Rights or whatever you're going to do, I mean, that's your decision, right? But if you have something like that, I think they should be able to say that you're married, okay? But I don't think that I think the government should get out of marriage entirely. It's not the government's job. I don't find marriage to be a right. So the government should not back up marriage because marriage isn't a right. The government is responsible for ensuring you have rights and protecting the citizens as a whole. Those are really the two functions of government, in my opinion. Anyway, so things like that, like if, with the gay rights thing, all that big, thing that happened at the end, like 2009 or whatever it was, 2008, somewhere in there. I mean, just because I personally don't believe that that's a healthy relationship and that type of relationship will lead to happiness doesn't mean that I'm right. And it also doesn't mean that I dislike you. And it also doesn't mean that we should be able to dictate to you how you live your life. That's your call, right? So that's my opinion on that, right? Just, you have your life to live. You are responsible for seeking your own happiness. So Who am I to interfere with how you live your life? I can express my opinion on whether I think what you're doing is good or bad, right? But barring certain crimes like murder or something, I don't think it's my right to tell you how to live your life. You do that yourself. Anyway. Okay, so this 927 yeah, this is in October, so this is the latest one. Yeah, this would have been last week, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we have returned to Alex's place or Alexander's place or whatever his name is. The guy that would shoot pictures of the models and stuff. We returned to his studio, broke in because the door was locked. We had that horrible lock-picking puzzle. That was terrible. I hated that. That was the devil. It really literally was, not literally, but was very strong metaphorically the devil. Anyway, we got in. So now we're trying to find, I don't remember her name, but there was a girl, one of the prostitutes. She was a friend of the Mina or whatever her name is in the red dress, the little cutie that was down by the docks first, and then she was over by the park. Anyway, I guess it's her friend was the model in here that Alexander or whatever his name was painting, and so we're here to make sure she's still okay, because if she's not here and healthy, suspicion falls on this dude again. So that's where we left off with the investigation. That's why we had to do the lockpick in the first place, because reasons. Okay, so okay, we can grab this. I don't know what we're grabbing from up here, I guess, a book or something. I don't know what that book is for. Let's look in our inventory here in a second. Let's check this pile here while I'm thinking of it. Make sure I don't miss. Okay, it doesn't look like. Let's see. Oh, I guess it's going to be under case notes or something? Book about occultism. I don't think we had that yet, so that's probably what this is. Yeah, there we go. He has a book on occultism? That's yet another thing pointing toward him. I still think he's a red herring, but there's obviously even more evidence here against him potentially. Okay. Excerpt from the Journal of Winthrop Hedleyhour. But so troubled was my brain then by fantastical imaginings that I think in retrospect I can only have been several minutes. Or it can only have been several minutes. Even with my mind in this clouded state, I was able... Excuse me. Like I said, I'm mostly over what I had yesterday. I still get that occasional, but it's not as bad. I don't feel like I'm going to barf now, so that's good. Even with my mind in this clouded state, I was able to reason that there may have been some sort of narcotic in the absinthe, added to create just this effect. Then we came to a grassy area where a light hand led me along a large winding path, which seemed mostly circular, but also had several sharp turns in it as well. Who's we? Does he say who he was going with? It's an excerpt by somebody else he's with, but I don't see him reference the person. Okay. Anyway, so he's going along this path that winds and stuff. At first, I mean, in his absinthe fever dream or whatever, at first I tried to count the number of turns, but I quickly lost track of them because of the whispering all around me, of which I could discern little, save that it was some form of rhythmic chanting, and I could make out no specific words. In this fashion, they had succeeded in disorienting me completely. My mind was continuously leaping from one idea to the next, and the sounds my ears received only contributed to the chaos. Also, by the time I was finished walking the path upon which I was being led, I had lost all sense of how far I had traveled overall in any direction. And so, I was confused both in body and in mind. Suddenly, incongruously, I heard a piano being played somewhere very near. The hand let go of my arm, and I stepped toward the music, navigating some steps and a flat surface, both of cool stone, to arrive inside a room, with the tinkling notes of the piano echoing off the walls. A muffled voice directed me to walk to what, when my blindfold was subsequently removed, proved to be the center of an ornate ballroom, which I had entered from the patio doors. As my arms were unbound and I rubbed the wrists, I examined my surroundings for any hint of what might come. The decor was in the same style as any other high society ballroom, including a portrait of Her Majesty looking disapprovingly down upon us, with the only differences being an unusual number of sconces set into the walls, and of course, the visceral Zarkovic hanging behind the piano. Since we have Silhouette here, I don't know if you know this, so just in case you don't, I'm not assuming, but just in case you don't know this, Silhouette, a sconce is one of those attachments on a wall on which, like, a torch will be set, so that the torch can be on the wall, lighting up a room, okay? So the sconce is that metal bracket or metal device that attaches to the wall that holds the torch. I know, right? Sounds like it. That's pretty creepy is what it sounds like. Okay, so number of sconces set in the walls, and of course the visceral Zarkovic hanging behind the piano. This could also be VTM, by the way. But of course, to most people, these differences would go mostly unnoticed. I have to this point postponed any description of the occupants of the room, for just recalling their appearance to mind causes a shiver of dread to crawl up my spine. They were all men, uniformly dressed in unadorned black, with cream-colored masks upon their faces, which resembled the leather worn by performers in the Commedia dell'arte. So, Commedia dell'arte is a stage performance in France known for having kind of, what's the right word? Eclectic, artistic expression in it. So, the sconces were ensconced, yeah, exactly. Okay, so the masks were expressionless, with only holes for the eyes and slits for the nostrils, lending them an aspect so profoundly neutral as to put me in mind of death, or perhaps what lies beyond it. They were holding hands in a circle, with myself in the middle, and so great was their impact upon me that it was not until I touched her with my foot that I noticed the naked Negro woman lying at my feet. Get my apologies for anybody who watches this. I'm not being racist, I'm just reading a quote. And this quote is supposed to be from the 1920s in Prague, but from an American from the 1920s. So this kind of language would have been a common thing. Plus, they didn't use the N-word, really. They used an N-word, but it's like Negro is, you know, just an antiquated way of saying it. So, anyway. So my foot, that I noticed the naked Negro woman lying at my feet. At first, I thought her dead, but there were no marks upon her. And then I saw her neck throb slightly. Okay, so he saw, like, the vein in her neck pulse, so he knew she was still alive. I assumed her to be in some sort of narcotic-induced doze. One of the men surrounding me spoke, but I could not tell which, for it seemed that the voice came from different directions, and of course, I could not see anyone's mouth move. So just as I thought I had pinpointed the direction of the voice, that location seemed to change, to my perception at least. The owner of the voice told me that on that night, when the veil is thinnest, I had been selected to become one with the others in the circle, to receive him as the others had, although what he meant by this last, I had no time to divine, for something touched me on the shoulder, and I felt my skin grow quickly warm, then hot, and my head filled with noise and light, and the sense of something else. I remember nothing more of that night whatsoever. I woke back in my home, in my bed, still wearing no clothing, but also with no mud or earth upon my body to indicate the events of the evening. Or so I thought, until I noticed that beneath two of my fingernails were light brown stains that were not from any soil, and on the inner side of my left wrist was a faint reddish mark, resembling the... question mark, question mark, question mark? Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people look down on H.P. Lovecraft's writings for that very reason, because so here's the thing. I don't actually know, other than reading his writings, I don't know that there's any evidence that he was racist. Maybe there is. Maybe there are journals that I haven't read or something. But I haven't seen evidence that he was racist. But in his stories, very often, you'll have a character using, like, the N-word or something, and looking down on them as lesser races or something. So there is evidence that he might have been, but it could also be that he saw racists around him and wrote in a manner according to them. That said, it's very possible he was racist. I'm just saying I haven't seen solid evidence that he was. I do find it very unfortunate that in reading a lot of his stories, that stuff is in there. I find that gross. Unless I were reading something about slaves in the South in the Civil War or something, or antebellum America, I would not be okay seeing that, right? And in those instances, I'm only okay with it insofar as it's historically accurate. I'm not actually okay that people ever said that, obviously. Exactly. And, like we've talked about before, there were something like 11 million members of the KKK in like 1921 or something. Like 11 million. So it was super prevalent when he was alive. So it would not surprise me if he was racist. It just kind of, apparently, we had a lot of asshats in the first part of the 20th century. Sadly. And I don't know, I don't know how widespread that was. So my own ancestors were in, I believe they were in Washington State in the 1920s. So they very well might have had that as well. They were not, I know they were not Nazis for sure, because they were in Nova Scotia and... were they on St. Edward Island? I don't remember. Anyway, they were Nova Scotia area of Canada around 1840, and they had moved there straight from Prussia. So they came from one of the later German counties. At the time it was a nation. They came from one of the later German counties straight to like Nova Scotia, and then to like Michigan and Minnesota area, run up there, north central US, and then eventually across over to Washington State. So they weren't Nazis for sure, but doesn't mean they weren't. They might not have been though, but that doesn't mean that they were not racist. They were in America around a time when a lot of Americans were racist, so who knows. And the population of America was a lot smaller back then too. I would guess it would have been maybe 150 million or something. So it was a little less than 10% of the population were KKK. So that's not okay, obviously. Okay. Oh, okay, it's a cognate. Yeah, see, I don't know Finnish, so I wasn't sure. Okay, awesome. Well, that's perfect. In fact, going forward, Silhouette, I'll just, if you don't know what a word is, ask me. Just put in the chat, what's such and such, and then I'll let you know. It's not a very common word in English, so I wasn't sure if it was one you had encountered before, or if it was in fact a cognate or something. So, Teutons, yeah, I don't know. I mean, were they still technically Teutons in the 1840s? I know that was like for a lot of the Middle Ages. At some point, don't the Teutons disappear though? But maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different Germanic tribe. I don't remember. Okay, so that's what we just picked up. At least they didn't say the N-word, because then I would have had, while I was reading the journal, I would have had to keep saying N-word, N-word, N-word as we went along, because I'm not going to say the word. The word's disgusting anyway. I wouldn't want to say it.
I don't recognize the one on the left, but I certainly recognize the one on the right. Ida never told me she posed for him.
Oh. That's Ida. Oh, yeah, I didn't know she posed for him either. She never said anything to us previously. Nothing except for identifying Ida, I guess. I'm not seeing this. No. Nothing about the paintings is noteworthy for additional examination. Doesn't seem like it. Even some of these things where the color, the shade of the color is a little bit different. None of those even seem to stand out, apparently. Okay. So that's probably it for this. We can always come back if we seem to be missing something we need later. But I think that's it for there.
The one on the left reminds me of Frantisca. On the right side, I haven't a clue.
So this is Frantisca. Did you want the one on the left here, Somni? With her boob showing a little bit? Which one was Frantisca? Was she the dead girl? I don't remember which one Frantisca was. So Ida was obviously the girl that he's basically gonna marry. The girl with the red dress, I think, has a different name. Oh, you know what? Frantisca is... when we first got to the park, I think she's the one who was waiting at the outside the park for potential business when he very first went to the park. I think that's Frantisca. I can't remember for sure. And then he doesn't recognize this one. So apparently this guy paints all kinds of girls. I don't know if that means he kind of strictly paints prostitutes. I don't know if that's the case, but he's got at least a couple, right? Frantisca and then Ida on the other one. So that's at least a couple of them. I wonder if they're the only ones who pose for him, or if he does a wide variety. It's interesting. It's not looking great, all this connection he has to them, though, given that they're the types of girls who are being killed. Oh, I think that's Frantisca. I think you're right. I think that's Frantisca. Okay, so Ida here and then the train car girl here. I think that's right. I think you're right, actually. Good call.
Vladan on the left, and he finished Apollina. The paint is still drying.
No, Vladana. Vladana was the girl in the train. Yep. Vladana was the girl in the train. Now I'm trying to remember. Do I have a thing that shows me photos? Because I don't remember now. I don't have like a character profile, anything. I think that's right, though. Vladana's the girl on the train, I think. So Frantiska... Yeah, I think Frantiska might be one of the girls who died. And then I think I was wrong. I think Apollina was the girl waiting for him when he went to the park. I think. There are way too many character names in this. I don't remember them all from week to week. So yeah, they're one of them anyway. Basically, they're a lot of the girls that you've met in the course of the investigation have been represented, not representative. They've been represented up here, right? So gives you the idea, though, that he's been doing a lot of painting of prostitutes, right? Okay, and I don't really see on the side anything noteworthy. So I think we're just getting a better idea of whom he's painted in the past. So we can keep going farther in. I'm not seeing anything else out here to examine. Okay. So let's go this way. Trying to get my bearings. So here's the curtain we just had on that was on the right edge of the last screen. Ooh, is that like blood stain or paint
Blood.
stain?
Recent, too.
It is blood. Crap.
Blood.
I hope the girl he was
Recent,
painting is dead. That's another murder if that happened. God dang it. We're kind of... This is something that has to suck about having this kind of a job. Because when you're in a race against the clock trying to stop some psycho from killing everybody, like, you don't have time to make mistakes. You don't have time to talk to everybody or to relax, or you have like no time, right? Every second matters. It's got to be a horrible feeling knowing that you do anything even a little bit wrong and it could cost somebody their life. Man, that the kind of pressure with that. I suppose it's not any different than being in the military if you go to an area like an area of engagement, because anything you do, like not paying enough attention when you're on guard duty, or, you know, shooting if you shoot the wrong person, or if you miss when you shoot, any of that can mean life or death for somebody else. That's got to be equally high pressure. The thick-armed woman in the second meeting? Oh, come on. She loves you, though, Sillowell.
Mr. Ackerman, your indiscretions are becoming too expensive to cover up. Your father is resigning as ambassador. You will be returning to America with him shortly. Get your affairs in order. Bell, U.S. Embassy.
Now, here's my thought, though. Your indiscretions, I feel like they're probably meaning, like, maybe sexual indiscretions. Because I don't know, I could be wrong. I obviously, of course, could be wrong. But I feel like he's a red herring. I don't think he's actually the killer. So, it sounds bad, though. So if he is the killer, obviously that would be a clue. Sounds bad for sure. And then just back out. So we just have these two sides of this. We can't, like, enter a door or anything, apparently. So we spent all that time with lockpicking for those 2 clues, basically. Or 3 clues. The book, the series of paintings, and then the note. Couldn't you just do it without giving me a lock-picking puzzle game? You know, the sad thing is that means there's going to be another one, probably in modern day or something, but there's going to be another friggin' one I have to do at some point. Okay, so I guess that's everything in here. I don't know. Let me do this. I'm going to save over the top of where we left off last time, so that I've now fully explored everything in here. So if I end up missing something, and then I try to go back in and the game says you have to lockpick, I'll be like, screw you, game, and I'll reload and not have to pick locks again. So, okay. But I think that's everything in here. Yeah, I don't see... I already checked some of these things. I don't see anything in these piles or anything. We picked up the one book here, and I don't find any way of getting up to this upper floor. Clearly there is a way. I mean, there are bookshelves full of books up there, but no way that the game is going to offer us. So I think we're done in here. Now the question is, whom should I consult next? Should I go back and talk to our police friend, maybe? Maybe. Yeah, let's try that first. We could also try talking to the girl that Vladana, or we could talk to the girl in the red dress. Either of those, or Ida, although I don't know where Ida is. Technically, I don't know where the girl in the red dress is either, right? Last time we saw her, she was at the park. Doesn't mean she's still there. But maybe Vladana, if the... So we'll try the police station first, talk to them, and if that's a bust, then we'll maybe go back to the scrapyard and try to talk to Vladana again. Oh, you know... Oh, he's not here, though. Oh. Also, by the way, we have... Where is it? His thoughts, right? So let's see if he has... The junkyard. No. Oh, but this is dialogue. We want... No. Oh, we're in... That's chapter 2, though. We want... Okay, chapter 4. There we go. All right, let's see. So... Okay, the cover-up, I think, is where we've basically left off and put together the most recent clues for our mystery. The cover-up. It's one thing when you don't care enough to investigate a murder properly, but throwing away evidence goes way beyond that. Seems like every time Skalnik's name comes up, he smells a little bit worse. I think he could actually be the killer. I don't know that. I'm not officially declaring that, although there is some evidence that he might be the killer. Just his disdain for them. But that's what I was mainly going to say, is I feel like he just doesn't... He feels like prostitutes are below him, like they're lower in value humans, maybe not even humans in his view. So because of that, gosh, yesterday is really kind of bugging me still. Okay, anyway, so he sees them as less than human, I think Skalnik does, and so because of that, it could be a motivation if he's some kind of psycho killer. But at a minimum, he does stuff like this, like throwing away evidence and junk, because he doesn't feel like they're worth investigating, which is just disgusting, right? They're still friggin' people. Whether you agree with what they do for a job or not, whether you think that they're scandalous and even evil or disgusting or whatever you feel about them, doesn't mean they're not people. You should still treat them like people. Yeah, wrong sort of people, that's right. So he smells a little bit worse. What is he up to? Mark Ackerman, Book Occult. Yeah, that's when we found that book. And then also, I'm not too happy that Ida posed for Ackerman either. But be honest with yourself, Gus. Is that because Ackerman's a creep? Or is it simply a matter of jealousy? I think it's jealousy more than anything. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say Ackerman's not a creep, but I feel like what bugs him is really he's jealous. Because he loves Ida. I mean, it's pretty clear. When he's talking with her and stuff, he seems a little bit less put together than he is when he's talking with other people. I think it's just because she gives him butterflies in his stomach, as it were, right? I really have nothing to be jealous about, though. I know Ida loves me. She would never betray me. And if she posed for him before we met, well, it's none of my business. Mark Ackerman, Bell's telegram. When you start turning rocks over, all the bugs come out, and Ackerman seems to be getting creepier by the minute. Bell's telegram mentioned his indiscretions. I wonder what he meant by that. Maybe I should go pay a visit to Skalnick. He's probably the reason why the indiscretions are getting expensive. Oh. So that's why maybe what's his name isn't at the front desk, because we're supposed to go visit Skalnick? Although, it doesn't mean Skalnick's going to be in his office. Wait, is there something still here, or did we get it lab before? No, yeah, we got it before. It's just the control to look at this is still there. Okay, let's go see if we can talk to Skalnick. Maybe. Let's see if there's something to grab here before we go. I think we previously already checked, but because what's his name was here, there were some things I was kind of like, I don't know if really I should look at that right now. It's a very, high security police station they have here, by the way. They just let me wander around. Oh, I just had a thought. I'm not gonna say it though. I don't wanna potentially spoil by figuring something out ahead of time, being right, and then having everyone like, seriously? Or whatever. I can always be wrong too, of course, but I'm just saying I don't want to potentially. But I can't go any farther. I also can't even look at the door where somebody's banging, apparently. None of these give me that option. It's strange to have this room if you can't do anything in the room. Maybe there'll be something later. But it doesn't seem that there's really anything with which to interact here. It all seems just to be background. Alright, I don't know.
Seems that everyone has one of these.
Oh.
Seems that everyone has one of these.
What is that? Place to set your cigarettes or something? No, I think it's like a chip or something. For a club? Maybe for like some kind of a thing like showing that you're allowed to be with one of the prostitutes or something? I don't know. I'm not sure what this is. Saying you're okay, like you're not going to rough him up or something, right?
That looks nothing like him.
Alright, I guess just go up. Oh, cutscene. Uh-oh.
Well, Inspector, are you satisfied with your last payment?
Yes, it's very adequate.
The ambassador wishes you good luck in finding the murderer. I think that concludes our agreement. Farewell, Inspector.
My thanks to the ambassador. And as far as our murderer is concerned, well, let's just say I have the perfect man to take the fall.
Why, that son of a bitch.
God. Wow, I never imagined this. I mean, this isn't the image I had of your room.
Miller, what the hell are you doing here?
I imagined something more along the lines of Hellraiser.
Christ, Miller.
Sorry, I'm in shock here. I came because the prints on the bottle and the partials match at a 99% probability. Kolar seems to be our best bet.
Really?
Yes, and I thought you'd want to pick him up.
Okay, I'll meet you over there. Wait for me before taking action.
Of course I will.
Interesting transition also. All right. Now we have an update now for the chapter. So let's go look at that. This one. Okay. So this is the last thing that Gus put in his journal before we transitioned to modern day again. I had lots of pieces, and the shape of the puzzle was beginning to form, but it was only an outline. I needed more. That's why I went back to talk to Skalnik. The one thing I could be sure of was that Skalnik was hiding something, so I went back to talk to him. I was hoping that if I caught him off guard, I could make him give me something away, or make him give something away. As it turned out, that's what happened, and then some. And now we have the start of this in Victoria's bedroom. The Garden of Earthly Delight. Oh yeah, what are the chapter names? The Anatomy lesson makes sense. Okay, we had that. Persistence of Memory. So that's when we started reading the journal of Gus and went back in time and then had our first set of scenes and investigations in Prague, I think. Orphan Man with the top hat. Oh, this is where that dude showed up at the police station, right? And then we were back here for the Vladana through everything that we just did. Okay. So this was called the Garden of Earthly Delights. Victoria's bedroom. So Miller's seen my room now. Thanks, Dad. I'll have to make sure he keeps his mouth shut or it'll be all over the force, and the bureau and I'll probably have to move again. Oh no, sorry. I'll have to make sure he keeps his mouth shut or it'll be all over the force in the bureau, and I'll probably have to move again. Shouldn't be too tough to bully Miller into silence, though. I just hope Miller doesn't talk to Kolar before I get there. The prints are a match, but I still have a hard time believing it's Kolar. So do I, actually. Another thing I can't believe is that I'm going back to his apartment. That place is gross. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not Kolar. I can't imagine it's that dude. I think it's another red herring. Honestly. So now I want to... Excuse me. I guess just go back to Kolar's. I wonder how the cookies turned out. Given that we had to guess what 3 tablespoons of fortitude or whatever the crap was last time. A zombie? A zombie. So, no, we're not playing State of Survival or any of that type of stuff. Yeah. It's like, the dad's like, thanks for making the cookies. Thanks for making me have to take out the trash, too. Yeah. I was gonna say goodbye to Dad. Yeah, there we go. What's he working on?
Dad?
Yes?
Playing Mr. Fix-It?
The damn thing is broken again.
Dad, call someone. The reason why it breaks all the time is because you fix it. Just call a professional.
Ouch.
I know what's wrong this time. You wouldn't understand, Pumpkin. It's a guy thing.
I don't know. I'm a guy. I mean, I might initially try to figure something out, but if I can't figure it out, I call somebody. I don't just try to do it myself.
So how are the cookies?
Just like Mom used to make.
I'm happy you like them. I'll have a bite later.
You'll have to make more.
He ate them all.
You ate them all already?
Yes.
Jeez, Dad, you could have let me have at least one.
Well, you know, when I get started, it's hard to stop.
Great. My dad's a cookie junkie.
Or he's lying to your face and he threw them all out after a bite.
Why did you let Miller upstairs?
She's the blink
I
on
called you
this.
3 times. I got tired, so I let him up.
Yeah, but Dad, he saw my room, Dad.
What's wrong with that?
You do know I work with cops. I'll never hear the end of it.
Officer Miller seems like a nice guy.
He is, Dad, but he has a cop sense of humor.
Are you off again?
Yes, I have to go meet up with him. I'll drop by again later to make more cookies. No thanks to you.
Okay, sweetheart. See you soon.
Bye, Dad.
Was that a little bit of a North Dakota? Okay, sweetheart, I'll see you soon. Sure then. Sounds great. Okay then. Alright. That's mainly what I want to do, just tell him goodbye. I figured we probably should let him know. Whether the game prompted or not, I mean, role-playing wise, you'd want to let somebody know that you were taking off. You wouldn't want to just go without saying anything. That'd be rude, right? Apparently she's going to go out without her coat. Just in that dress. That's because that's going to be healthy in all the cold snow. Where is he again? Oh, campus, right? Yeah. He was up the 2nd floor or whatever, I think, right? Don't see anything else. Especially the girl's not here anymore, but I mean, that's likely just background something or other.
Hey, Miller.
Hey,
Hey, no flicker. Not trying to, you know, jinx myself or
Hey,
anything. but-
Vaclav, we need to talk to you. The cute agent is back.
what's the cute agent thing?
Shh. Hey, listen. Did you hear that?
What? It's probably a movie.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, I think it's from the movie Clockwork Nightmare.
No way. This is for real.
Ah, come on.
It's called Suspicion of an Officer.
Aw, man, Victoria.
Call Tate.
Oh, crap. I will. Later.
So she knows
Oh my
it's
God,
not
Miller.
real.
You were like, absolutely right. It's like a movie.
You're not funny. We could get into serious trouble.
Christ, Miller, lighten up. Let's check out his room.
See? I was right. It is Clockwork Nightmare.
Let's check out his room or his like whole apartment. We just go into his room straight. I thought it was just bad voice acting for a bit, but they were doing it on purpose that way because she's like, "No, I promise. I'm pretty sure it's a scream. We should totally investigate it, Miller." Wink, wink. See, that's one problem you have when when some of the voice acting is a little bit off because it's like you can't tell when it's just bad acting and when it's bad acting on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, nothing with this room, which is presumably the bathroom or something. So I guess let's go to the bedroom. Don't see anything else out here.
This guy is twisted.
Oh, stop it.
Did you see the pictures on the wall?
Yeah, so?
Gore films, crime scene photos, porno. Need I say more?
You just described 3/4 of adolescent America. He's harmless. We're here to ask about the prince. We aren't here for character assassination. We'll leave that part to the lawyers.
Hey, we need an officer to guard a door.
All right.
Various articles on serial killers. Various articles.
That whole thing.
Various.
Yep. Okay.
I didn't know they ever made a sequel to Clockwork Nightmare. I think these dirty clothes have melded together to form a new life form. I think the various pictures of serial killer victims. Various pictures. Various pic. Various pic. Various. Various pic.
So these are all going to be the same thing? There's not going to be any...
Various pictures.
Wow, this one looks extra significant
Various
or anything?
picture. Various pictures. Various pictures.
Sorry that
Various
gets
picture-
annoying. I just want to make sure there's not
Various pictures.
something here that
Various
sticks out more than
Various pictures.
other stuff. But it doesn't seem like it.
Various pic.
So he has more of a general fascination with serial killers. Wonder if he tries to put together pieces in the hopes that he could be helpful in solving a case.
Various pic.
I could see somebody doing that and not, I could see somebody who's not a psycho being interested in this kind of stuff to try to help put the killer away, right? I could see that. I mean, it's not their job to do that, but I could see somebody thinking, if I look at this enough, maybe I'll see something the police don't. I could see that maybe. Clockwork Lemon. Yeah, convenient, right? All right, I think that's it here then.
Now, I've seen some pretty gross stuff during my career, but a pair of his underwear just took the #1 spot. Now, I've seen...
Doesn't want to grab them, huh? I don't blame you. That's gross. I wouldn't want to grab anybody's underwear. If I went into an apartment and there was like a girl's underwear, I'd be grossed out too. I'd be like, ew, what? I don't know what she's been doing. That's gross.
Oh, look,
Freaking
it's the
underwear.
award winners. Bundy, Gassy, Berkowitz, Ramirez, Fish, Ridgway, and DeSalvo. Oh, look.
Okay, so the real killers, the really well-known ones. Excuse me.
I bet if I sprayed luminol all over the bed, I'd need sunglasses just to look at it.
Ew. Really?
I bet if I...
Okay, we get it.
I bet if I...
I'm hoping there's some, like, we're looking for fingerprints of some kind,
I bet if
right? So why... I need something with fingerprints. Not constant commentary on his gross habits. I'm not uncomfortable talking about, you know, like masturbation or whatever. Like, I mean, it's just
I
something
think these dirty
people
clothes.
do, but it's not really something I want to be like around. The aftermath. Am I missing something? She didn't say anything about fingerprints on any of these things. Like, what the frick? We can't even take like the toilet paper or something over here for a possible DNA. Like, she said we need to go to his room, so presumably here somewhere is going to be some fingerprint / trace of DNA that we're gonna take with us, right? But I do I have to do. See, I only have this card, so I don't. You know, the dartboard, nothing on the books, nothing on any of these. Unless I missed, let me go here again and see if there's something closer that I'm missing that looks like a fingerprint. This, no. Nope and nope, yep. No. Yeah.
Various pictures of serial.
Yeah, okay, we get it, but and there are parts where the examine icon switches back to the nothing icon. So I don't stuff like this that looks like, oh, maybe they're like these lines are a little bit darker, they're a little bit more black than kind of gray, and they don't look smudged as much. Maybe this is actually a fingerprint or something, but it's not. Like, the icon changed, so I can't analyze it. So
Various pictures of serial. Various pictures.
yeah, I don't see anything in here that looks like it would be a fingerprint
Various pictures.
or blood from a paper cut or anything that would leave DNA, right? So if not here, where are we trying to look? I thought maybe there'd be something in the trash, but no. I don't think there was anything out in the other room. Let's go out there again, but I don't think there's anything out in the other room. I think we'd already previously examined everything that could have been here at the time. See, there's a bottle or something. Well, see, we found the bottle before. Like, what the? Why are we here again? We had the bottle. We did the whole fingerprints thing on it. I don't understand. What are we doing here? Why? Okay. We had him get us a beer, basically, and we walked away with it with his fingerprints on it. We did that last time we were here. So what's new this time? What are we looking for now that we didn't have before? This is confusing me. I don't know what our goal is here. Sounded like get fingerprints and or DNA, even though we already got that. But maybe I'm probably just missing something. Let's try again. Oh yeah, that place is gross. Okay. Clockwork Nightmare. As soon as I got to the campus, Miller wanted to talk about my damn room. Well, gee, I'd love to, Miller, but I'm kind of investigating a multiple homicide. crap. And when he saw the pictures on Kolar's wall, he started acting like he'd never seen porn before. I guess it just wasn't his day for room decoration. At least he didn't puke this time. Okay, and then... Okay, Miller, this guy's twisted. Oh, stop it. Do you see the pictures on the wall? Yeah, so? Gore films, crime scene photos, porno. Need I say more? Just subscribed. Okay, we're here to ask about the prince. To ask about the prince. There's nobody here to ask. What the frick? We aren't here for character assassination. We'll leave that part to the lawyers. I don't know. I mean, we're here to ask. Who are we going to ask if nobody's here? That's a confusing clue. Or maybe he's just so lazy. If he's in bed already, he's like, man, I'm not going to go to the other room, or vice versa. Maybe he's just lazy. He's like, the really good stuff's in my room. I need to go in there. I don't. Okay, she says the one comment about the clothes there. Comment about the bed there. Says these are all serial killer things. Then here you can look more closely, but they all still say that it is just photos or whatever. And then here she says they're all the winners from history. And then I don't think there's anything else over here. I think that just this, then it ends on this wall. Nothing on the computer, apparently. Gosh. And it's just the pile of clothes again?
I think these dirty...
Yep. So nothing with books.
Now I've seen some...
Yeah, it's not good. Pick those up. I wouldn't want to either.
Various pictures of serial... Various pictures of...
If you guys notice the mouse pointer change and I miss it, let me know, because I want to find whatever we're supposed to find here, but I don't
Various pictures of serial
know.
various pic various pictures of various pic various pic various picture various pic
I don't know. I don't see anything new there. That whole bed's the same.
I
right?
bet if I
Let's go talk to Miller. I don't know that he's gonna have anything more for us, but let's talk to him anyway. Maybe he does.
What's going on?
Police business, miss.
Ouch. Hello.
You must be Mia, right?
Yes, and you seem to have me at a disadvantage.
I'm Agent McPherson, and this is Detective Miller. You wouldn't happen to know where Vaclav might be.
Actually, yes, I do. I saw him at work. He was getting a massage or taking a hot bath, whichever.
Where do you work?
So that was the response. Where do you work? She's like, you want to keep the conversation going, dude?
Where do you work?
Here's my card. The address is on the back.
Can you check it out? I'll meet you over there.
Sure. Better than being ignored.
She doesn't like him. And rightfully so.
Do you mind if I ask what you do there?
Not at all. Actually, I could show you if you'd like, 'cause I can see all that tension in your shoulders and neck. My apartment is just a few steps away.
Oh, that's why.
Thanks for the offer, but I have to decline. I really need to
why.
talk to your friend Vaclav.
Friend? Vaclav is a nice guy, but he's no friend. He's a neighbor at best. Sorry to interrupt the flow of your questioning, but can I be totally blunt here?
You don't have to, but go ahead.
I'm not sure I want you to, but go right ahead.
You want to go on a date with me Friday? Cause I get all the Twitter painted when I'm talking with you.
Are you spoken for?
Not quite what I expected, but then again, it could have been worse. To answer the question, yes, I'm spoken for.
Oh, how unfortunate.
I don't have much time to chit-chat now, but I will contact you later. I'd like to ask you a few more questions.
Anytime. My offer still stands if you ever change your mind.
I'll be in touch.
Of course, she'd be the Mia'd be the last person saying she was Twitter painted. She wouldn't use that kind of language, right? She was pretty forward. She was like, oh gosh, shucks. Yeah, I don't know. Well, not every bit of artwork can be fully accurate, right? So she's way down at the end. If we Need to go there later. Is this us going to knock on her door? Is that what's happening now?
I shouldn't bother her now.
Okay. So in the future, we don't actually go to the door. We go kind of to the left of the door to go knock on her door. Okay. Probably won't remember that, but...
You call, Miss McPherson?
Yes, I need you to guard the door in case Vaclav Kolar shows up here.
Description?
About 5'8", black hair, glasses, and he has a scar on his face.
Okay, I'll call in if he shows up.
All right. Thanks, Tate.
Thank you, Officer Tate. Is he gonna have anything if I talk to him? We'll try. Just in case. Maybe not.
Sorry about giving you such a wonderful job, but we really don't have a choice.
It's not a problem, Miss McPherson.
Ms., why does he call her detective? Does he have some special relationship with her? Or is he like, is she a problem? Like, does he have a, what do you call it? Falling out or something with her? Or, I don't know. Alright. Alright, well, for now anyway. Yeah, I guess just leave. Okay. It's like anything else is really... So, as you guys know, 3 weeks from tonight, from today, I'm doing my 24-hour Halloween stream. I'm considering, because of the situation with COVID in the world and everything, the chances are I'm probably going to be alone in my apartment on Christmas. So I'm considering, I wouldn't do 24 hours, but I'm considering doing like a mostly all-day stream on Christmas as well, maybe? So if that happens, let me know if you guys would be interested in that at all. I know you'll be spending time with Christmas on with your own folks and stuff too, so I don't expect anybody to necessarily do that. But if I'm going to be already kind of hanging out on my own anyway, if you guys want, that might be something I'd be willing to do. I wouldn't do it in most normal years. Usually I'm doing stuff with family, but this year, chances are I won't be. Because I also have my sister and niece live about 1.5 to 2 hours away from me. But they have been locked down more severely than I have been. Excuse me, up in that region. And I'm not sure. I think one of the two of them might be a little more susceptible to COVID. I don't know for sure, though. Anyway, and then my other family lives out of the state, and I hadn't even thought about it, so I've not saved up any money for airfare or anything like that. I could probably do it even without saving up, but I'll probably just end up staying. So, yeah, I wouldn't do it for 24 hours on Christmas. I will on Halloween. On Christmas, I'm not doing another 24 hours. But I might do it for, I could do it like for 16 hours or something. Just like get up in the morning, start streaming till it's time to go to sleep, and then go to sleep or something. Absorb a modicum of Aussie Christmas. What do you mean? Like, go on Amazon and look for Aussie Christmas stuff? Or I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Alright, let's do this. Apparently she's got a cush in modern times, because in Prague we got to run everywhere around the city. She just takes her truck to the Red Lantern. Apparently that's where he's getting his massage.
I think I might have screwed up.
You didn't try your tough guy routine, did you?
I might have, yes.
He has a tough guy routine? I wonder how convincing that is.
What happened?
I only said that I needed to talk to one of the clients. He wouldn't let me in, so I asked him again, this time with some subtle encouragement.
You mean you flashed your badge in his face, right?
That pretty much sums it up, yeah.
Then what?
He asked for a warrant, so I'm screwed. No way we can find a judge at this time of the night and so close to the holidays.
Correction, we are screwed. But wait, I might have an idea. Stay here in case I miss Vaclav. You know what he looks like?
Yeah. Wait, what are you up to?
Just watch the door, I'll be right back.
What are you up to? 2 should only have 1 O there, by the way, not 2. That's fine. It's not the end of the world. Common mistake a lot of people, even native English speakers, make. I'm not sure why, but two, TOO, only means two, the number 2, things in English. It means either also, or it means beyond or above, like you did it too much. So there's the amount of much you should have done it, and you did it, you exceeded that amount of how much. This is too rich, or this is too sweet for me to enjoy. There's the amount of sweetness, you've exceeded that amount of sweetness. So, and those are the only 2 ways TOO is used in English. There might technically be another way, but I mean, nobody knows the other way that you would do it, so. Oh. Are you, Monmouth, are you saying I should flash my boobs on the stream on Christmas? I don't know that I feel comfortable with that, man. I feel like that might be going a little bit too far. Plus, I'm pretty sure nobody I don't want to see my own boobs. Pretty sure nobody else wants to see my boobs. My man boobs. Okay, are we just talking to this guy then? 'Cause I don't see anything else when I hover around for analysis, examination, or anything. Yeah, I guess just talk to him. Okay.
Sorry, baby, but I need to see your pass.
I don't have my pass. I was wondering if you could let me in anyways.
Then y'all ain't going in. Yo must be the new girl. It always be the same old motherfucking routine. Listen, yo don't forget yo pass. Yo forget it, yo don't work.
Can they stereotype the accent any worse? Jeez. Carmelo Koalas? Yeah, if you want to. Okay. Sure. I'll come up with an Amazon gift list. I'll look into seeing how that's done typically. I'll get a gift list and I'll put some stuff on it. I generally, I mean, I'm always happy obviously if somebody wants to give me something, but I generally feel like nobody should feel like they need to get me something. But if somebody wants to, I mean, I'm not going to spurn them like I'm too good for what they want to give me or whatever.
You really can't bend the rules just for tonight?
Yo, listen up, mama. A rule is a rule. It'd be my ass if I let y'all in. I thought they'd brief you.
They did, it's just I live really far and it costs me a fortune in cab fare.
So take a cab. They pay for it. I'm sure it's not a problem.
How would it look to you if you start someplace and you're already asking for money? It doesn't make me look good.
Yeah, I see your point, but I still can't let y'all in.
Exactly, Siloel. Well, and it's not just that. I mean, it's this whole this stupid American stereotype, right? And if all gay people, first of all, as if all gay people like talk with lisps and do the kind of goofy high voice thing. There are plenty of gay people that don't talk like that at all, first of all. Secondly, they're kind of mixing that with like the black guy stereotype too. Like, girl, don't you even think about asking me for any kind of favor now or whatever. So dumb. It's like there are some people that's like a super small segment of the population that speak that way, but apparently we got to stereotype it anyway. Yeah, I feel like we're batting the wrong team.
How many girls besides me?
4. Are you sure they brief you?
Yes, they did. Do you like working here? I mean, how is it?
Yeah, I like working here. It's not bad at all. Better than where I used to work. I know about my end of things, but on your end, I have to say, y'all should all be asking one of the other girls.
Well, I gotta head back and get that pass.
Sorry about that, but I really got no choice.
I understand.
So now we're gonna hit up Mia to get the pass or something, I guess. That's great. So we go from one stereotype to another. Oh, she wasn't really stereotypical, right? She was just aggressive, like slightly aggressive woman voice, and that was it.
Your idea didn't work, I gather.
Yes and no. I have to see Mia and try to convince her to give me her pass. Can you stay here and watch the place in case Kolar decides to split?
Sure. Can you get me some milk bones while you're at it?
Ha! Ha ha! Because you're our little obedient puppy dog. I see what you did there, Miller. Shut up. Just do your job, chump. Alright, so go back to campus again. Back to Mia's apartment. Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, Chris Tucker was playing a specific stereotype. But I don't have a problem with the stereotype existing. But like when everybody does it, seriously. Like I said, I know gay people who don't talk like that. I don't know. I mean, it'd be the same way if they did like the, if they did like.
Hi.
Hi, Mia.
You had a change of heart?
Sort of. I need a favor.
Even better. Come on in. Hello? Yes, okay. I'll be right down. I have to go downstairs for a second. Make yourself at home.
But Mia, all I need is...
I won't be long, promise.
So we're supposed to get it while she's gone, I assume. Conveniently, she gets a phone call right at the time. I would have the same problem if they did like a stereotype of... I mean, I don't know. Like almost any stereotype. Like, why you don't have to like, slide in a stereotype, right? I don't know. Whatever. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Like I'm gonna stay up late at night, bugged by it or something. I'm just like, okay, that was kind of dumb, but okay. I understand though. I mean, this is mid 2000s, the 90s, well, 80s actually. Let's be honest, 70s too. Okay, whatever. But anyway, up until like the or like I should say up until the late 2000s, maybe 2010, 2011, 2012, somewhere in there. Up until that time, stereotypes like that were a common thing in media, whether it's games or books or film or television. I just find it lazy more than anything, honestly. I'm not offended by it. I just find it lazy. Like, okay, so you need to convey that this person is gay and black, so you have to come up with this gay black voice to convey that rather than just using other things. She was having a conversation with him. He could just say, she could try like her feminine wiles on him or something. He'd be like, easy, sweetheart. I don't swing that way. So you're wasting your time. That would have been enough for whatever, right? I don't know. Like I said, it doesn't bug me. It's just kind of weird. Anyway, whatever. I'm not finding anything out here. It looks like almost everything. I mean, I can do the phone, and then I'm assuming this is her bedroom. Are these cookie cutter apartments? If so, this would be the bedroom again, I guess. And this would be the bathroom. Okay, let's probably not use the phone. Let me try this. The thing is, too, like Chris Tucker's character in The Fifth Element talked that way, but he wasn't gay. And the way he like spoke, like that accent and stuff, is only slightly varied from his actual accent. I don't know if you have or not, but if you've ever seen Chris Tucker's stand-up comedy, like that's his actual accent. He's not making an accent up. That's actually his actual accent. So he did The Fifth Element. He did Ruby Rose, right? He just did a slight variation on it, but it's close to his actual accent. If you saw the Rush Hour movies or Friday, or was it Friday, Next Friday, one of the two anyway, that's his actual accent. He's not making up some accent. He happens to be from the population, like an area of the population that uses that accent. So it naturally would be what he would say or how he would talk, because that's how he talks, right?
Nice bed.
That's it.
Nice bed.
Okay. Apparently nothing interesting with the bed. What about this? Okay, that's different. That's not the bed. Anyway, it's the same thing, right? Will Smith, he's from Philly. He talks how they talk from Philly. He's not making an accent up. He's talking like they talk from Philly. Martin Lawrence, I don't remember where he's from, Brooklyn or something. Anyway, Martin Lawrence, he talks where he's from. Like where he's from, right? Like that's, I don't know. Anyway. So this is a girlfriend? Wait, so is this her? Or is this her? And then I assume this is either a girlfriend or maybe past girlfriends? Seems like these three are the same girl. And then these two, it's a profile, so it's a little hard to tell. But I think these two are the same girl?
I wonder where that was taken. Hey, this looks like the girl whose photo we found in the body.
We just heard the door close, huh? Is she back?
Mia, who is this?
Oh, that's Steph. Oh, shit. I was supposed to meet her to do another portrait of her.
Where were you going to meet her?
Why? What's wrong?
Just tell me where.
At my studio, 4455 Beauregard.
Okay, I know the place.
Please, Vic, what's going on?
No time to explain. Just stay here. Don't move.
So we're thinking that she's there alone and maybe vulnerable. Maybe the killer's going to come after her. Exactly, Silhouette. Just need to keep telling us that it's a nice bed. If it's a nice bed, then just lie in the bed sultry-like, and when Nia comes back, you can be like, girl, I've been waiting for you. Let's go. Wonder how it's going to show up on the map. I'm betting it's not 4455 Beauregard. Probably will say like studio or something, but okay, there we go. Lombard Tech. Body part tech, what? Oh, Lombard, not Lombard. Whoops. So we can go around back, apparently, also? Interesting. Wonder if we try the front door or something and they'll say we have to go around the side or something, probably.
Hey, Richard.
Hi, honey. Ah, have you finally come to see the exhibition?
No, not really. I need you to open the gate outside. I have to get into one of the studios.
Sure, but why?
I finally have a lead in my case.
And it's in one of my studios? What's going on?
Yes, Well, it's a person who might know the killer, and she's inside. I really need to talk to her.
Okay, let's go.
So they're not opening up the gate, I guess. We're going inside to the entrance to the studio instead.
I would have appreciated you taking an interest in my work. Oh my God. Vic.
Shit.
My God. No.
Mia! Wait! Shit. I have to stay here to secure the scene. Call the police and go find Mia.
Okay.
God dang it. Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm not sure how much she could tell Mia. It's an ongoing police investigation. I'm not sure she could tell her much, except that she suspects. She could say that she suspects her friend might be in danger, but I think she was keeping some of it off in the hopes that Mia would stay in her apartment, but obviously that didn't work. So, yeah, bad move. A little bit of a mistake there, I think she made. Yeah. Another, is this a rose?
The rose is under the lift. I can't reach it.
Stephanie Wallace. She's not a Red Lantern member anymore. I guess that's where we get our key card to get past what's his name. We have the key card from the victim now. We got it the stupid way. The way you don't want to get it. The rose is under that, which means we'd have to lift this. We'd have to send this up and then get the rose afterward. Maybe we're not supposed to get the rose, or maybe we get the rose by doing something else. That's the same. Okay, this whole area. Alright. Jeez. Man. Of course we show up too late. Man. Let's go look at the body. Just because she was at the crime scene, that doesn't automatically make you a suspect. There are all kinds of witnesses to crimes who are never seen as a suspect. Well, remember that initially when Vicky got there, well, I don't know if she goes by Victoria. When she got there, she was telling whatever his name is, her boyfriend that was at the front desk, she was telling him she needed him to open up the side gate. So he apparently didn't need to open it. Apparently it was open. Presumably the killer left from the side gate. Mia came and I guess figured the side gate would be a faster route to get there. She didn't know it would be unlocked though, I don't think. She just happened to get lucky. Because like I said, I think the killer left through the side gate. so it was unlocked from the inside. He left. Well, presumably he. Might be a she. Who knows? The gender of the killer, we don't know. The killer, he, she, whatever, left from the side through the sliding door. And so, because he unlocked it from the inside and left, when Mia arrived, she was able to just lift it up because it was already unlocked from the inside. But I think her coming through that door was sheer luck. I don't think she had any idea it was open. I think she just figured it would be quicker in case it was open. Turned out it was open. If it would have been locked, she would probably just gone around the front, come in, and then come the way that they came. She just happened to go a quicker route. I think she was worried and just driven by, I need to get to her as fast as possible. Unfortunately, it was too late, of course. A sinner's pardon. Jeez, dude. Ass hat. Okay, this killer's starting to piss me off. It's just a game and this killer's starting to piss me off. Okay.
Seems that the blood and the paint are all mixed up. Claire's gonna have a field day.
Intermingled blood with paint. Jeez, that's gonna be hard. You think our boyfriend is the Dabbernet Drowner? Well, how did... Maybe. I mean, there is the connection to Vicky. It's true. I mean, he does have that, where maybe she didn't tell him much about the case or anything, but maybe enough that he had some ideas. I should do this, go here at this point, or whatever. Think about that. It's possible. I don't see any evidence to the contrary. I don't know that I see enough evidence to say for sure it's him yet, but I don't see any evidence to the contrary ruling him out. So he definitely has possibilities. That's definitely a decent possibility, actually. Yeah.
It's written, a sinner's pardon.
I like that. Listen to her voice at the end.
It's written, a sinner's pardon.
Her voice gets kind of quiet. That's good. That was well voice acted. Because you would think, I don't care if you're a hardened cop or not. I just assume this crap would shake anybody up, except for a complete sociopath. But otherwise, I think this would shake anybody up if you saw this. Jeez. The poor girl, too. I mean, just look at her face. She clearly didn't realize what was happening until it was way too late. She's got this kind of surprised, what's going on look on her face.
I'm really sorry, Stephanie. I should have taken that shot. Damn it.
Okay. Doesn't look like we have lacerations anywhere, like on the arms, or the chest, or the head, the legs. Just up here.
I'm really sorry, Stephanie. I should have taken that.
That's the same, okay. Got this photo. You can't really rotate it while you're in that mode. So he clearly was following her for a bit, right? He saw her like at a club, looks like. She's next. Oh. Is that Mia then? Is that saying Mia is next? Suck, dude. I think that's Mia. Man. Chain breaks naturally. So we'll get a chain just like Gus did in the past. Yeah, okay, I guess that's it for here. Wonder if we're supposed to get that rose out from under the lift. If so, how?
The rose is under the lift. I can't reach it.
Maybe we don't use this here? Well, see, I don't understand why it gives you this interactive thing. But half the time it goes like blue or whatever, it says like no. Basically, you can't use that here. But then here, where you might otherwise be able to use it, it doesn't tell you no. But it doesn't work on...
The rose is under the lift. I can't reach it.
Alright, so... Yeah, I don't have anything to attach it to. It's not like I'm going to hook it to one of these. But you cannot use it to hold this either or something? See, it does that noise. But when we go down and then we examine it more closely, it doesn't do that beeping noise or whatever. So I don't know. How do we do this?
The rose is under the lift.
Yeah, see, it still thinks I'm trying to grab the rose when I go there. I was trying to get the lift itself, but it looks like it switches to the other icon when I get there. Excuse me.
The rose is under the lift. I can't reach it.
So... almost feels like if I don't even know if we are, right? But if you're supposed to get the rose somehow, then you should be able to send the lift up on its own. I'm not seeing a way to do that. So I'm gonna save it. So if we need to do that, we can always reload. I feel like though maybe we just move on. For now. The rose being there is not as big of a clue, right? Plus it's part of the crime scene, so maybe we just leave it. Makes more sense to just leave it, I think. This looks creepy AF. Like hands are gonna come out and grab at you or something.
I can't use it. Richard left with the keys.
Oh, so we have to figure out a way to get out of here ourselves? Maybe we have to go back. Stop. Hang on. Let's not. So where that chain broke, we have to figure a way of putting that back on, I guess, or something? Interesting. Not seeing anything on the sides here. Yeah, okay, let's just go back.
It's a hook. Probably to lower down crates and whatnot. It's a hook. Probably to...
There we go. Now we can go get the rose. Apparently. I mean, I'm assuming that's what we're doing. Okay. Still don't know why we did that versus...
Browning.
Oh.
Ooh, why wasn't I informed?
Okay.
Don't bother, I'll tell her.
Just
okay.
a cutscene, I guess.
Agent McPherson, Miller has a Vaclav Kolar in for questioning. Why wasn't I informed of this suspect?
Because I really don't think he's relevant to the investigation.
Well, your partner seems to think otherwise. Anyway, he's waiting for you at the office.
Hey, sweetie. Busy now, but come back later. I'll have more for you.
Jeez. Probably nothing.
I'm really
new,
sorry.
Yeah, nothing new. Okay.
Agent McPherson, your partner is waiting for you.
Jeez. Attitude much?
Yo, Miss McPherson. Y'all don't let that asshole Browning get to you. Yo, Miss McPherson.
I think we're just exiting this way. Stage forward left or whatever. But I just wanted to see if there's anything else, but it doesn't look like it. No other clues or anything to grab. Alright. Yeah, I'm not... Well... Why do you think Mia was alone with him, Silhouette? What makes you think she was alone with him? I might have missed something. It looked to me like she lifted the sliding door a little bit, saw Stephanie dead, dropped the sliding door and ran. Whereas her boyfriend went back up the elevator and down that long hall and out the door that way. That would have been a way around way to go. Mia could have gone a completely different way and not. I mean, maybe she did get caught by him though too, but I feel like there's a decent chance she did not get caught by him at that point, at least, just because she entered a completely different way than he did. So another, like, kind of like we had in Prague in the past, we just have this set of multiple screens to traverse without really anything on the screens. Seems like it'd be extra work also to render the additional scenes you have to go through, but maybe not. Something lure? Lampa lure or something? Okay, so I want this way to the car. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really good quality. They do a really good job with the quality of these. I just wonder about the necessity of, I don't mind the additional touch, but when you travel through them, it's not like an automatic, like you just keep running, making me think like I might have to hover over and click on other things when I don't, right? Yeah, I would rather just had it as a transitional scene. So they show those additional backgrounds, but she just keeps running across them. If there's nothing to find on those, just have her keep running. You still get to see them, and you get the good art and the good atmosphere, but you don't think that you might need to check nooks and crannies for stuff. But that's just a personal preference. That doesn't matter that much, obviously. So now we have to go to the station, because what's his name is Miller's waiting for us, right? Sure, go ahead and stroll. No cares in the world. It's not like the serial killer meandered through here and tampered with evidence and stuff, but sure. Just be off your guard as if nothing's wrong. Yeah. Yeah. And I really like when they do the cut. Like the cutscenes in this I think are good. It's cool. Good job.
Hey, Victoria, over here. He's in there now. What happened? A new murder?
Hi, Vaclav. I believe you've met Detective Miller?
Yes. Am I in trouble or something?
Well, sort of, yeah.
I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, now in fairness, Monmouth, I mean, I'm sure it's the same for you. I've seen games that have had, like, not well done cutscenes also. But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's because I've seen a lot more movies than I have games, although at this point they might be kind of balanced. But anyway, yeah, there are a lot of movies that have cutscenes that are not really great, not helpful, and they're not very well done either. And then there are some games that have that trouble too, but yeah.
Can you tell me where you were 3 nights ago?
Yes, I was probably working on my thesis.
Probably?
I assume because that's all I do, or tutor students to make ends meet.
That flicker, though.
That's how you met Natalie?
Yes, I was her tutor at the university, and that's all.
Let me show you a picture of Natalie.
Did you do that to her, Vaclav?
No, I didn't do anything to her.
It's different when you know the person, isn't it? Maybe you should reconsider how you decorate your room. Tell me how you met Natalie.
Did you drown her before eviscerating her?
I didn't do that to her!
So how did you meet her?
I saw her ad on the school bulletin board.
What about Cynthia? How did you meet her?
You killed Cynthia the same way you killed Natalie, huh?
I told you, I met her at Mia's party.
Then how come we have partial prints at Natalie's crime scene and Cynthia's crime scene that match your prints at a 99% probability?
Did Cynthia resist? Is that why you beat her up so bad?
I didn't do anything to her.
I get why Natalie would have partials of you, but Cynthia? Something doesn't fit. You hired her, right?
What?
Relax, Vaclav. I just want to know what happened between you two.
Yes, I did. I mean, yes, I hired her.
Cynthia worked at the same place where you were picked up tonight, right?
Yes. Mia and Cynthia worked there, but they didn't work the baths or do massages.
What did they do?
They worked in a special club. Only certain members have access to another room.
What is this place? A brothel?
I don't know. I never went, but I know that I saw some important people.
That's enough. You're free to go, Mr. Kolar.
I was gonna stiff animation for him, but okay.
What the fuck was that?
What was that, Detective Miller?
Why are we letting him go? On what grounds?
He's definitely not a suspect. The prints are a match, but they're circumstantial evidence.
I'm out of here.
Wait, Agent McPherson.
No, you wait a goddamn minute, Browning. Prints are not circumstantial evidence, you idiot!
Oh, Miller might not want to stay employed that much longer. Yeah, pretty sure the club is where we need to go next. All right. Rightio. Well, thanks everybody. I appreciate you for joining me for tonight. So tomorrow we'll be doing the new Sunday time that's a couple hours later than it previously had been for Critter Chronicles, and that is where we'll go from there. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. As always, stay awesome, and I'll talk to you soon. Till then, peace.
Poor Spider.
This freaking boy. Oh, that's so sad.